look goofy today.
This is Sizzle, powered by Fit to be Trained, coming to you from the Deep End Broadcasting Network studios here in the lovely Virginia Beach, Virginia, in the United States of America. Do you want to be part of the 30-day or 60-day transformation? Then contact Karen, aka Sizzle, on any of her social media platforms. Now here's your host of Sizzle, Karen Dougherty.
Got the audience. Woohoo! Happy Friday. Kind of feels like a Friday. I still have a little bit of work to do, and I was sitting here doing it, and but walking over, it's really nice out, and it's Friday. And like I said, I have a little bit of work to do, and then I can start my weekend. And as a trainer, I work during the weekends. I work on Saturday this weekend, not Sunday. How about you? You have to work your pools. So you're working, I bet.
Full swing
In the pool world. Yes, sir. How's it going? How you doing?
It's going.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting back out there and getting in the sun and getting used to all the new seasonal.
I have good help, so that helps.
Absolutely it helps. It helps all the time, doesn't it? In every part of our life. But I wanted to take it light this week, and I thought humorous. Let's go humorous. And I don't mean the humorous bone, ha 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 ha. That sounds corny. I mean humorous, like funny. So I typed in, what can I talk about that's humorous about fitness and wellness? And it made me laugh because I think 80s, like 80s clothing, some of the equipment that we've had through the years. Remember the Gazelle, that piece of equipment where your arms would. Do you remember that back in the 80s, Steve, or the ski machines, all the different crazy equipment that we've had? I thought, well, that's always humorous. The clothes, the different fitness outfits that have come and gone through the decades are pretty humorous. But then this subject came up, the lies we tell ourselves. And I thought, oh my God, I'm intrigued. It made me dig deeper. So I thought I'd go over some of the lies that we tell ourselves. And I'm just coming up with them too. Like, I didn't read them. I got here and I started working while you were doing the computer stuff. And so these are fresh to me too. But when I glanced over them, I knew they were good because it started with, I'll start Monday. I just did that one this morning about something. I'll start Monday. I'm going to dig in really hard. And actually what I'm going to dig in is work related. So it is a good thing, that I'm going to start Monday. But you know what I mean when I say I'll start Monday, how many times that we're going to start a wellness program or start eating right or start a workout regimen. It's usually next Monday. So I thought that was a good one. And it's such a bummer because when I don't know why I was printing programming yesterday, and the print was really typeset was small, so I literally have to put a light on this thing when I'm reading it. Then I'll start Monday is the national anthem of people who haven't worked out since the Bush administration. Monday is the most overlooked day in the fitness universe, or overbooked day. I was going to say, I disagree with that. I first read it wrong. I thought it said overlooked. It is the most overbooked day in the fitness universe. So I love having classes on Mondays. They're always full. Always have been for 30, 40 years. Everyone's imaginary future self is apparently a Navy SEAL. I thought that was interesting that it spit that out at me. This is my year. I've done that one too. I used to always do, this is my year. Like, I'm going to compete this year. I had always wanted to be in a fitness competition. So I would always do, this is my year. And so then I finally did it. And it's been about 5 years now. And I even did well in it. And I've even kind of done that same thing after that. After, like, I'm going to do it again. This is my year. I'm going to do it again. And so we're halfway through this one. I'm not sure that I'm going to do it this year, but I always wonder about that. Here's one that's not so great. I don't need to warm up. That is a lie that we tell ourselves. That's a big fat lie. And I don't even say that one. You probably don't either. I mean, warming up is definitely part of any workout. You definitely need to warm up. And I can honestly say I don't really know anyone that lies to themselves in that way anymore. The other two, definitely.
I need extra warm up.
Yeah, warm up is definitely not something that anybody I know ever skips. It really isn't. So our friend group doesn't do that lie.
I was picturing myself on the bike this week. I was going very, very slow for my knee. And it looked like it was a warm up. But man, the agony of that knee on that bike.
Well, yeah. I mean, starting.
So that was actually a workout. I was going slow.
Sometimes slow is hard too. Don't kid yourself, right? Like in Pilates.
Well, just going through the movement because I haven't done it in a minute.
Exactly.
The knee did not want any part of it. It loosened up kind of in the end.
And then it does want part of it. Yeah. Then it really does.
That's what tells you it needs it.
I know. It's really cool how as you keep going.
But let me tell you, that cherry tart gummies and the celery pills have done wonders for like my knee joints. They felt a lot better.
Vitamin K, and my son had an issue with bone. He had broken bone and K. Yeah, vitamin K. That's what's in the celery. That's why you're taking K. That and the tart cherry is very good for joint. Very good. Good talk. I'm glad you brought that up. So you're doing that and you're finding satisfaction.
Almost like right away. And
wow.
That purged the was it the sulfuric acid?
Yeah.
I think it's what builds up in the joints.
Well, the cherry tart, yeah.
That kind of purged it out a little bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I do? Because I don't drink anymore and I haven't for years. I take cherry tart juice a lot to parties with me and put it in a big girl wine glass. And it looks like I'm drinking wine. Or I take kombucha to parties with me. And that way I feel like a part of the group and I'm enjoying myself. And it's really a healthy drink, and especially that cherry tart. Delicious. What brand does vitamin K are you taking?
I'd have to
I'd be interested because supplements I'm really picky about supplements. Very
basically
picky.
I was looking for the best reviews and
right
from what I got, and there's some advertisement for like joint relief. So I was taking a look at it, and obviously you got to be wary of whatever you're buying.
Yeah, totally. I don't trust any of them.
And so I was kind of looking through the comments, and a lot of people were saying, all you have to do is take celery pills and the cherry tart juice. It's the same thing.
Good.
And the guy in the company's like responding, "Oh yeah, we have a lot of those ingredients plus one or two other special ones that
no, I'm glad you did the right thing.
Well, why would I buy that thing? Why don't just get the cherry tart juice and the
great conversation. People, did you hear that? Because then you didn't pay for all the brand stuff and all the additives that are in there.
Oh yeah, the basics were cheap. Were pretty cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Good job. Boy, am I glad you brought that up. That's great information. Like, make sure you look up when you're looking at supplements, because it's one of my biggest pet peeves in the industry that I work in is the supplement part of it. Oh, it's such BS. You don't know what's in anything. And it's just a lot of times if you do your research like Steve did and just find what the basic ingredients, what the active ingredient, like you'd see in any box of any kind of anything you even buy at the store, the active ingredient, Steve, obviously is the vitamin K and the celery and the tart juice. That's awesome. Great job. Okay, so we we went down a rabbit hole, which is great because we decided that I don't need to warm up isn't a lie that anybody we know even says. I'll just do a quick workout. Well, let me see what it means what the lie is. Wait, I need to backtrack because we have to. I want to read what it said. The lie is I don't need to warm up. Translation: I would like to be injured by Thursday. Mobility coaches everywhere are screaming into pillows. That's kind of cute. Like Chat GPT's getting really sassy with their jokes, and I kind of yes, that's true. Okay, so now I'll just do a quick workout. This is how people end up foam rolling for 45 minutes, taking to the front desk girl and leaving without breaking a sweat. Oh, talking to the front desk girl and leaving without breaking a sweat. My goodness, that sounded like Jim 1986. Although I don't think they had foam rolling back in 1986, but I can't tell you how many times I would go to the gym and end up talking to the front desk girl or somebody else in the gym. The gym was so intimidating when I was younger that I would stall a lot when I was there too, where now I'm more apt to get in and get out. And with CrossFit, we are kind of guided like little sheep into our workout and out the door after we're done. I'm eating clean. I saw this one when I was walking over. I'm eating clean. Now that one is definitely a lie that I take. And that one's one that you can go down a rabbit hole on because I'm not tracking my food right now. And I am kind of interested in dropping a few pounds and toning up because we're in the month of April. So it's that time. We live in a beach town. Shorts are coming out, short sleeves, all that stuff. So I am trying to look my best and tone up a little bit. So I'd like to lose a little body fat. And so I personally, when I want to do that, usually start tracking my food because I will tell myself that I'm eating clean and I'm not. And when I start tracking my food, I see how many tortilla chips. Like yesterday, I must have whipped out the tortilla chips 3 times during the day because I was home, working at home a lot yesterday. And I didn't eat very many, but I had them out 3 times. I have these little baby ice cream cones. They're delicious. They're by Blue Bunny. I highly recommend them. They're not low fat. They're not and low sugar. They're regular ice cream, but they're really small. And they're very satisfactory, even though they're very small, because it's really, you have a craving. You're just trying to settle a craving. But I almost ate 2 of them and I stopped myself because I was like, okay, chill out. It's April. So this time of year is a great time of year to motivate just because we're going to be outdoors more and summer's coming and we live in a beach town. But even if you don't live in a beach town, I think everybody wants to look healthy and good when they see their friends again, because that's another thing. I don't know, Steve, if you notice, I walk my dog, so I'm out in the neighborhood all year round, but it's almost like you see a whole bunch of people after the winter ends. You just see more people.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more.
Like I've ran into a gal this morning, like Maverick and I's 20-minute walk turned into almost an hour because we were catching up and we just kept walking the dogs, and it was my lunch break. It was perfect. I super enjoyed myself and we really got to catch up. But it's funny, you don't see people in especially our town. Virginia Beach kind of does. Our winters are fairly short, so people kind of retreat to their homes. And the days are short. You might see people out and about, but in the summer, everybody's out and about. It starts thriving around here. I don't care about the scale. Oh, I want to go back to what ChatGPT says about I'm eating clean, or the jokester, whatever is going on my on my computer today. This usually means they had a salad once. They didn't physically lick the frosting spoon. I would never not lick the frosting spoon. I love frosting. That's one of my favorite things. They bought vegetables that will die in the fridge by Friday. I kind of am a person that doesn't like buying fresh vegetables. I do this time of year, but I am one that tends to lie to myself and think I'm going to eat a lot more of them than I do, and unfortunately have to throw vegetables away more than I'd like to admit.
Right.
I really do. I hate that too because they're expensive. Potatoes too. Like I eat a lot of potatoes at my house, so I got to get through that bag before they start growing roots, rather than put French fries in the air fryer. So I did do that for lunch today, and I'm telling you, air fryers are where it's at. Now, if I really wanted to get serious about shredding fat, I'd get rid of the French fries, period, and really go small on the fresh potatoes. I think any time that we eat fresh food is good. So, because I think it's a lot more rare nowadays than ever. So I don't want to tell people to cut fresh food out ever, even if you're trying to go lower on carbs and go low on potatoes. If you have fresh potato around, just cut your portion. And if you're trying to drop a few, you want those ingredients. You just don't want as much. I don't care about the scale. I think that's a lie that I tell, but I do know people that really don't care. I have clients that really don't want to look at the scale because they get traumatized. They literally um I trained a woman, God, it was probably 25 years ago, that was an artist, and she hated the scale, but she had never really exercised before. She was a very successful woman, very high up in General Mills in the food. I lived in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the time, and very high executive in that company, so very busy, and um had really never incorporated exercise in her life, and that was my job to help her with that and help her with eating. And I have to tell you, we are still in touch to this day. She went on to really become very, very successful in her exercise regimen, and she always thanks me for it, but she did the work. But I'm glad that I got to be the groundbreaker for that with her. Such a wonderful person. But I bring her up because she was an artist as well, and she drew me this picture of a mouse with a Q-tip, and it had lifesavers on the end as little weight plates. And it's the cutest picture, and it says, don't weigh, just lift. And so it shows this mouse lifting weights, and it's just the cutest thing. I have it in my gym, and it actually got damaged through all the moves through all the years. And I told her how much I loved it, and now it's on radio. Maybe she'll or radio. Now it's on YouTube. Maybe she'll listen and get me another one. But it was just such a cute one. If you can picture a mouse with lifesavers and a Q-tip as its little weight bar, you can imagine how adorable that would be. But anyway, I'm just big boned. I like that one. That was me when I was a young girl. Ma'am, your bones are not eating nachos at 10 p.m. Wow, this and I have to say, this is not Chat GPT. This is Copilot. I have to give Copilot credit where the credit's due with all these little humorous little quips they're putting in with but I think that's great. I'll Start Monday is for sure one that I tell. This is my year. I've done it a million times. I don't need to warm up. That doesn't ever come out of my mouth. I'll just do a quick workout. I don't really understand that one. What are they trying to say? That if you say you're going to do a quick workout, you won't do one at all, or that it'll drag on? So That one I didn't really relate to, but I'm eating clean. I did relate to that. I do tend to say that I am, and then when I start tracking my food, really realize how much I'm not. I don't care about the scale. I do care about the scale. I use it as a tool though. I'm lucky where I don't get hung up on it. I don't let it get me down. I'm just big boned. I haven't heard that in a million years, but I did use that one when I was a little girl. I'll sleep when I'm dead. That one I've heard a million times. How about you, Steve? I'll
Oh, yeah,
sleep
that's-
when I'm dead.
I'm anti that. I'll sleep now. Is more like
I will sleep now. I remember being younger though. Oh my goodness. And yeah, sleeping was it was all about having fun, and I'm glad that I was like that when I'm young. I'm not going to lie. But if you're going to be into fitness as much as like now I'm older and I have to rest. And I guess I do see the young people burning the candles at both ends. And I would say if you're fit, you're going to be better at it. But it's not a good idea if you're trying to build muscle and get into a healthy lifestyle. Rest is probably one of the biggest components. Not probably, it is. Rest is, I think they're really finding out how much rest really it's required to build muscle. And I don't mean to say they're just finding that out because the bodybuilders have known for a long time. But if you really want to build size, you have got to really regiment, and rest is part of it. Well, and this is what co-pilot said. Well, wellness culture's most chaotic lie. You will sleep when you're dead because you didn't sleep now. So it's so silly. You'll end up dead if you don't sleep, right? And um I think you can go, one of the things that will drive you mad literally in your mind is if you don't drink water, if you dehydrate it, if you don't sleep and you don't eat. I mean, those are the essentials. So I think that people don't take sleep as serious as it is. Here's one. I don't need a coach. I know what to do. Now that's a big fat lie that I've seen people do all my whole life because I am a coach, but I'm one to always call for help when I need it. So, and you guys have met quite a few people that have come on this podcast have been a coach to me in some shape or form. So, you know that I believe in hiring coaches and I'm a coach. I was just saying I think it was one of my clients this morning. I had a pretty busy schedule this morning. We started at 5 a.m. at Fit to Be Trained today and didn't knock off until noon, and it was nonstop. We were pretty busy today, but I said I'm going to go into therapy, I think, just for a little while, and I'll share this. My father passed away um fairly recently, and I had some things going on in my life that I didn't really address it. And that's a big deal. Losing a parent is like huge. And I kind of was really distracted with other things that were huge in my life. And it was a situation where I knew it was coming. We all know it's coming, but anyway, I'm doing just fine. It's just paired with a lot of other things that are going on with, like, I'm trying to expand my business right now with the virtual stuff and really trying to market. And I've had some things, my home life is busy right now. And so just trying to juggle everything, I kind of am getting a little bit overwhelmed and just feel like I need some help or some. What's good about therapy is a lot of times you'll get exercises or reading material. I think people are disillusioned that therapy is sitting on a couch like in the old days and laying there and just talking to a therapist. And granted, that can happen because that's a great way to get therapy. But therapists nowadays will give you assignments and things for you to look into. It's a little more detailed, so you get to learn more. So that's why I was thinking like grief is a big part of life, and I think most of us don't know how to deal with it. You're not trained to deal with it. Just like I think anger, like I went to anger management when I was 30 years old, not because I got in trouble or anything like a judge made me go or anything like that. I knew that I was not processing anger right. I was just struggling with it. So I went to anger management. It was one of the best things I ever did. And I've just always been a person that reached out when I needed help. So I just thought, this is I'm feeling kind of weird lately. And you guys know I'm in sobriety. So I have to watch. I have to watch myself because if I pick up a drink in a weak moment, it would be a big deal. So I always have to kind of make sure I stay on the straight and narrow so something like that doesn't happen, because that's when, sometimes like with alcoholism, I've said it before where I've been like, God, I'd never do that. I'd never do that. And I did. So I don't really play with that. I usually get in, and like we had Josh in here a couple of weeks ago, and Josh was someone that I called. Now granted, I went to like a doctor. I didn't go to therapy right away with that, but I knew that I had to get working out, that I wasn't even working out anymore. I wasn't doing my daily activities. So that's when Josh came on the scene, and God, there was a time I was going to him 3 days a week. And I'm a fitness trainer, so we all know it's hard to pay for that. But it was either that or my sanity. Bonus industry lies that we've all heard. So before I go, I want to say a few of these. This will be good because this is what you hear out in the world. This workout is low impact. Well, that's kind of funny. I find that workouts are pretty well described nowadays. Like, you're not going to be shocked. You're not going to go somewhere and think something's low impact and then be bouncing up and down and doing box jumps and stuff. But back in the day, I could see where that could have happened. This is a lifestyle, not a diet, said by someone who is absolutely on a diet. So I guess what this is trying to say is, some of the new diets stuff that are out, and anything with the word diet just makes my hair stand up. I don't want my clients on a diet, but I mean, sometimes I don't know why that word peeves me, but it does. Like, we do restrict things and you have to show discipline. So it is a diet, isn't it? But lifestyle is kind of, I would consider myself, I live a fitness lifestyle, even though I eat those ice cream cones here and there. Like, I basically eat pretty healthy and I work out all the time. So my goal is to try and show my lifestyle to others. But I think what I thought they were going to go on with industry lies is like the supplements, when we were just talking about that. How this one supplement will do this and that for you. And here you're a perfect example of how the cherry tart juice and the vitamin K or the celery is what's really helping you. So that's the lie that I always hear in the industry the most on the supplement stuff. And obviously, you have to take protein supplements usually. Most of us struggle getting enough protein in. So do yourself a favor and try and find one that you trust, and one that you like, that you're gonna drink.
Your average protein drink. What is that like fulfilling for your protein needs for a day? I know we're all different, but would you say that's half the protein you need in a day?
Oh my goodness. No, because most protein drinks are only about 20.
Right.
And so I double mine. I did 40 this morning because I made
So that's 2 scoops.
Yeah, for mine. Now I use Shaklee, Shaklee, and I'm not even trying to be a sales girl now, but you can get a code from me. I got to start putting that stuff on my website, and I really like this product. I've done tons of research, and mine is 20 grams a scoop. So I do 2, and I do 32 ounces of water though. So I make it big, and I put strawberries in. And this morning I did. I always put something in, but you don't have to. The stuff is really, really tasty. It's a little bit on the higher end. It costs $104, but let me defend myself. And that's for a month. And most of them would be about 65. So I'm spending some money on this stuff. And the reason why is because it's clean, and I know it's clean, and I trust it, and it's got other nutrients in it. And the reason why you want to take protein is because it helps with amino acids, and and I am really picky, but I want you to know that you don't have to spend that much money. Most average a month is about $60. And I know that sounds like a lot of money, but if you can, try and get it in with your groceries, and what you're shooting for me is really, I'm always trying to shoot for over 100 of grams of protein a day. So I get 40 in one shake because I do 2 scoops. And then hopefully I get, 20 in
What's
my
the average
3
chicken
meals.
breast? About 20?
Chicken breast is pretty high because chicken breasts are really big, and what the food is going to, when you look at a nutrition scale, it's usually a chicken breast that you buy in the store versus what they're talking about is half the size, because chicken breasts are really big now. Everything's really, really big, and everything in the nutrition, what am I trying to say? The documentation, a deck of cards or even my cell phone is small compared to chicken now. Do you know what I'm saying? A small chicken breast is probably like 25, 30 grams. Yeah.
30 grams of 100 grams of chicken breast
is really, that's very high. Turkey is really high in protein. That's another really, really good source. Red meat is what we're doing a lot of in my household because my son is healing from broken bone and injury, and he needs, like you have the vitamin K, and red meat's really good for ligament stuff and regrowth. And so I know a lot of people poo-poo red meat, but it's a great source of lean protein as well, depending on how you cook it. And that's going to be about 25. Yeah, maybe more, because steaks, I usually get thin cuts, T-bones. So there's probably about 30 in that. Pork is not that great. It's not a great source to get. It's got some in it, but it's got like the fat ratio. And I'll do a podcast on that. If I don't have a guest next week, you just gave me what I need to do, because I don't talk about that enough. And I'll get more facts for you and things that are easy to stay in your mind, because that's what I'm into. I need the facts, and I need to hear it in a way that it's going to stick with me. So I'm in the grocery store, and that's a great question, but that deserves a lot of answers. You need about 130 grams a day for me, because that's my weight. But that is a lot to ask a woman that comes to me and is just starting a regimen. So I usually ask for them to get 100 grams in. Me personally, I am shooting for the 130. So, but if you're just getting back on the groove, I want you to just try to think of 3 meals, 2, 4, 6, and then a protein shake, and that'll usually get you up at about 100. Maybe 2 protein shakes if you can stand it. I'd like that. That's what I'd really like for my clients to do. 3 meals with 20 grams each, and then protein shakes.
What do you mix your protein with?
Oh, so my protein shake, I put ice in if you like it cold, but I put ice in because I usually have it sitting on the counter for a while because I told you I do 32 ounces. So it's kind of a big, giant one. I put avocado in, makes it really creamy. A client told me to do that. And I'm so grateful that she did. It changes the taste very slightly, but the creaminess is really something. So that's just a little hack, and they're cheap right now. They're like it, but I have clients in California though. California, believe it or not, they're expensive, but here, and you'd think they'd be so cheap in Cali, but anyway, here they're like 79 cents, and I'm in Virginia Beach, so they're cheap right now. Buy a bunch of avocados. They're superfood. Eat them. Don't be afraid of the fat. They're good for your skin. They're good for so many things. If you're dealing with any kind of skin issues, with allergies here right now, any kind, and please just eat your avocado. Very few people are allergic to those. And like I said, it's a good, healthy fat. And I'm not telling you a lie. The industry lies, but I am not. You'll see. Here's another industry lie. Did I answer your question though, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. So and protein too. I put water in. A lot of people like to put almond milk and stuff like that. That's just going to jack your calories up, but it is a source of protein as well. So it's, as long as it doesn't have a bunch of sugar in, you can use almond milk. And I even sneak chia seeds. I just don't always have all those ingredients. So sometimes it's just my protein and the water, but banana is often in there. Here's a hint too. If you have a crappy taste in protein, use banana. Banana can cover and mask because a lot of protein drinks that are good, that are really clean, don't taste that good. The ones that taste really yummy, you got to be careful of. And that's the one thing with this Shackley. I want to do just a tiny bit more research and make sure, because it tastes really, really good. And I thought that I researched everything, so it's not like too much fake sugar, because that's another thing. You don't want too many fake stuff. I'm trying to eat as clean as I can, and this stuff does taste really good, but I do recommend it. And like I said, if you want to try it, I do have a coupon code for that. But moving on, here's another lie. You'll see results in 7 days. That's usually BS. I was going to say, you might feel better in 7 days with certain things that my industry has to offer, but yeah, 7 days is you're definitely going to feel better about yourself. So I do want to say, if you start a regimen within the first week, you do see results. You might not see them in the mirror, but I think when you're feeling good about yourself, but I think what people are thinking, like if something's offering you, oh, we're going to get you to lose 5 to 10 pounds in 7 days, that's a little nerve wracking. That might be a little bit of a BS line, because what's nice about when you do start a regimen is you do tend to lose a bit of weight in the very beginning, because your body's cleaning out, and it's so wonderful, because that's the hook. Once you get that feeling of, I'm starting fresh, my body's cleaned out, a lot of it is water weight because you haven't been eating maybe the best. Even somebody who thinks they're eating really clean, when you really start eating clean, things. So I think you can see some results. You'll see it in your skin, I think. That happens within a week. And even if you make it 2 weeks, you see it in your eyes and just everywhere. So, but I think what this is trying to get on is the weight. Are you going to drop a bunch of weight in 7 days? If you are, that's usually a little dangerous, but you do get to drop some. Yeah, I think 2 pounds is probably pretty fair for someone to lose in the first week. And 2 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but it'll start that momentum. Um, this product detoxes your body. Well, let's hear what they have to say about this. Your liver is literally right there doing the job, like a single mom with 3 jobs. Co-pilot knows. This is a very sassy co-pilot, isn't it? But anyway, this product detoxes your body. Some products do detox your body. So I'm kind of going to go disagree with some of these co-pilot things. And there you have it. People always say that ChatGPT isn't always right or co-pilot is Microsoft. That's true. They're not, but it is a great help. I don't care what anybody says. I absolutely love it. I'm worried how long we're going to get to have it. But there are products that do detox your body, definitely. And my friend Sherry, who came on several times last year, is the queen of talking about that kind of stuff. And I can't think of the name of this stuff, but I wish I could. It's on the tip of my tongue. There's a product that would detox your body. There's definitely things. There's teas that you can drink. I'm surprised to hear that, because maybe it means, there's no such thing as a perfectly clean body. Let's see what it said. The liver is literally right there doing the job. Oh, that's right. That didn't make any sense to me anyway. But yeah, that's a kind of a little negative statement. I think there are things, and our bodies do need detox. And you know what? Pomegranate juice is another thing, Steve. Drink that. That's literally in the Bible, pomegranate juice as a detox and a cleaner. That's pretty cool to me, because I don't think of the Bible as a place that you find like tips on eating well and health. But why wouldn't it be? Turmeric. But pomegranate juice is a purifier. And what I like about it too is the opioid epidemic was so bad for a long time, and I think it's improving. The fentanyl is still a problem, and all drugs are a problem, but pomegranate juice takes the craving away from heroin addicts and opioids, and that whatever that craving is, pomegranate helps with that. And I think that's fascinating. Anytime I hear something that helps with that, I'm all for it, because I've struggled not with heroin addiction, but with addiction through my life. And gosh, anything that helps with that, I'm in, because I definitely know people that, and I buy it. I buy it periodically, and it tastes so good. The reason why I don't buy it all the time is the cost. Like anytime we get into the juices and you get into something that's really good, it is going to cost you. But you really want to spend the money. Trade off something else. Like my nails aren't really getting done because it's lawn season. I like my yard to look really high and tight in the spring, summer, and fall. So I have this guy comes out and he's like magic with the blower and the lawn. Like I could do the lawn, but nothing like him. So I hire him and I don't get my nails done. So if you really, there's trade-offs to treat yourself to pomegranate juice, some cherry tart, or some things like that. So you can, maybe give up coffee at Starbucks once a week and buy a bottle of cherry tart juice, because a coffee is probably $5 and a bottle of cherry tart is probably, and it's not a big bottle, but I would say 375 to 575. I'm not sure. Prices are getting so expensive, but well worth spend. And Steve is my he'll say it. He just said it. It helps with your joints. And if you're going to a party and you want to be the sober driver, take your cherry tart drink. Everybody thinks you're drinking a glass of wine. Really good wine. It's beautiful color. But I'm kind of, you know, unless you want to sit around and chit chat and talk about wellness, Steve, I can let you get back to your regular life if you want.
Whatever.
I had a good time just kind of talking about what do people say, because they talked about lifestyle. It is a lifestyle for me. It's been a lifestyle it's all I really know is fitness, health, and wellness, which is why I chose it as a career. And so it is kind of funny to hear what people say, the lies that we tell ourselves, and how it doesn't matter if you're in the industry or not. We all say the same lies. Me too. So with that, I'll let everybody get back to their lives. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here in Virginia Beach, and I hope it is wherever you're tuning in from. And God bless.
All right, sis. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. I don't have any plans this weekend. I actually have plans to really hit work hard. Same. I want to get these projects finished so I can enjoy the spring. What about you?
I got to do some running around town with some pools.
Yeah, pools. What am I saying? Do you work on Sunday too?
Try not to.
Oh, good. So you do try and take down days. Good. I didn't know if you guys got a break.